All right, everybody, welcome in to the inaugural DNVR Rapids Winners Lounge, baby! Let's go! Let's go! It is your boy, Myrtle, aka Mitchell Carroll, at underscore Mitchell James. I'm joined by super producer Yaya here at DNVR. Yaya, off the fly, baby. Great game. Great game.
If I wasn't panicked, it feels good to get a W though. It feels real good, especially against Atlanta. It feels real fucking good, man.
They had a great game last week. Great game. Pretty dominant win over Kansas City, who's, by all means a playoff team. And they come in here and they had very few quality chances. It was few and far between. So, all around a dominant win. Yarborough with the clean sheet. 3 different goals. Thank you, Casey. That's what I like to see, man. This is it. We needed it. It was nothing but sad times over here. Let's dig in. Yeah, here. To me, it's pretty clear Rubio was the player of the game. I don't know if you have any immediate thoughts on how he played, but I thought he was fantastic.
He didn't shoot a lot. He only had one shot. That one shot was a goal, but he was great at creating the whole game. He got everybody in the attack involved. I'm not mad naming him king of the game. We don't have a graphic, but he is the king of the game for today. One goal. Absolutely. Didn't he also have that assist to Lewis, which a beauty of a pass? And he was creating the whole. I have no problem with that, man. Dude, he even did the little celebration, covering up his ears. You can tell right away, like you know he's been hearing the chatter. You know he really wanted this. I'm happy for him, man. He's a great guy. Everything I've heard about him, nothing but good things. Hopefully he can continue this pace. Yeah. 1 goal, 1 assist. I'd give.
It was.
Yeah, man. I love Rubio so much. Like I know when people call him a false nine. Honestly, I don't know about the whole attack, man. I got some gripes with Jonathan Lewis. I know you're a big J. Lou fan, but I got some gripes with Jonathan Lewis.
Okay, well, let's dig into it. We might as well. Obviously, we got to talk about the whole thing. So, yeah, what'd you see?
I just think he needs. I think he's really good. Don't get me wrong. I love John. I like him as a player. I think he has all the potential in the world, but sometimes he runs ahead without it. He runs with like a chicken without a head. He doesn't have purpose. He doesn't have purpose to what he's doing and the wings sometimes, and it really frustrates me. And I think he's not a great complementary player to Rubio because they both love contributing more than attacking. If you know what I mean, they don't like the shooting aspect, and it just doesn't work with Rubio as well as I wish it would. But at the end, he did have that great goal. I think all credit goes to Rubio on that goal, if I'm honest. He teed it up perfectly, man. But he also had that missed opportunity that it was harder. It was literally harder for him to miss it than to make it. And he decided to miss it. And I was like, you get points just for missing that, honestly.
Fair. You know who else I thought had another great game and continued it, honestly, from his whole run to start the year is Estevez. Lucas, he obviously capped it off with that nice assist to Andre there at the end. He's just been phenomenal. I think he's been far and away the best player on the team so far to start the season.
Oh, man. Estevez has been a great. You were at the game. I was watching it from home. The formation looked like a 3-4-3. That's what I saw. What was being posted. Yeah. It wasn't the traditional 5, but we both know that the wing when you went to the midfield, you had the wings be Estevez and Rosenberry. I don't know if that gave Estevez a little bit more freedom to run up, seeing that he was in the midfield instead of the defense from where I was seeing. But he was pushing hard, man. He was having a great time assisting, just creating chances left and right. He did a great job, in my opinion.
Yeah, especially in the first half when they were, when the offense was going towards where the press box was. There were moments where I was like, oh, don't play it to Lucas. He's in an offside position. He was playing so far up. He's being so aggressive. If he can, he's kind of the heir to Sammy Vines, and he's playing that role perfectly. It's and it's almost overshadowing how the other defenders were playing, which I thought Keegan had a great game on the other side, and it's like almost it's not even worth talking about because he's playing so well.
Dude, just the defense has really improved from that first game that we saw this year against Comunicaciones. Sorry, I do speak Spanish. I don't know why I said it like that.
No, okay.
But
yeah.
there we go. It only works with Mikey. I completely agree with this. Like, I do love Lewis. Like I said, I do love Lewis. It's just not working with the current front three that we have. But going back to the defense, man, the defense has really stepped it up. There was that sequence right before the goal, like the minute, what was it, like minute 30 around there, where Danny Wilson had like 3 block saves, like in corner after corner, but he was relentless, man. He was like a human shield all by himself. Like Danny Wilson had
a. I thought.
Oh, go ahead, man.
Wallace was doing the same thing. That's what Jeremy just said. Can we talk about how clutch also? Wallace was. I think he redeemed himself after an awful game in LA a week ago.
Lawless is always, when he wants to be, Lawless can be the best defender on the field. I think what Lawless just lacks most of the time is a lot of focus. He tries to push up and be that sort of defender, which he's not as much. He's more of a stalwart. He's like the prototypical center back, stay back, keep everybody at bay. He gets himself in trouble when he tries to push forward, and that's when you start seeing all these mistakes because he has to run back. He runs back, he's out of energy, and he's not playing what he's best suited for. And I think this game he did a great job of pushing up but not forcing the issue up front, but still being that great defender that we all know he can be. Honestly, man, out of the three center backs, I honestly think Trusty was good, but I think he had the worst game out of all 3 of them. I don't think he was bad.
No,
I really do think that's how good Danny Wilson and Lawless were today. They really shined hard, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think he kind of was getting into the same trouble that Lawless was getting into early in the season, where he was kind of just over dribbling and kind of just got stuck on the ball, and that pulled him out of position. Where Wallace and Wilson were just holding it down. One thing to pull away that is a bit of a concern and could be going forward is that hamstring from Danny Wilson. Is that going to linger? Especially then Keita Abubakar is injured and not playing, or at least was out of the 18 today. Beitashour came in. I thought he played pretty well. So, if maybe they just keep it rolling and the rest of the team is kind of lifting them up and, rising tide raises all boats kind of situation. Definitely something to watch for going forward, but can't take away anything except a great game. I thought Yarborough was also great if you want to keep going further back down the team. A couple of great saves. His best save was on an offsides, actually, but, he managed to push it up over the bar.
Yeah.
They're late.
And I mean, Yarborough did have a great game, but kind of going back to the defense, he really wasn't tested as much, and he comes out with a clean sheet. Yarborough's one of the best goalies in the MLS, regardless of what anybody says. Looking at you, Matt Doyle. He's great at what he does. So, I really don't and when he is tested, he shows up when he has to. When he has a stable defense, they don't have to be perfect, but when he has at least some help in the back line, he can be the top goalie in the league if he really, really wants to. Especially now in the summer that Matt Turner is going to be away for going down to Arsenal, going down to our brethren out in England.
Yeah, you're a brother, and I'm not going to say that. But,
it's all related, man. It's Kroenke. Hey, if I can call the Avalanche and the Nuggets my brethren, the Kroenke Arsenal is too.
Nope, you're right. And definitely a good point here from Jeremy. Jack Price, he had some great deliveries. Those set pieces, one of these set pieces is going in. It's not next week, soon, man. It is those corners are dropping right where they need to go every single time. There's so few things to take away in terms of negative. Price controlled the game. And I thought in the last 15 minutes, he put on an absolute masterclass of time wasting.
CONCACAF it. He CONCACAF'd it all the way, man. That's why Rubio, Price, and K are the perfect CONCACAF players, man. They know how to work it. It was kind of like that. Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't remember specifically, but he got that ball out on the wing, and there wasn't a Atlanta defender within, I don't know, 30, 40 yards. Like, he literally, you're like, okay, great, the break's done. And they were up 2-0 at the time, and he just like, you know what, I'm just going to sit on this. We'll waste a minute or two here and just get it out of the way. Brilliant. It was brilliant. There's no way else to put it. It was brilliant.
I mean, Price is the sort of player that you love on your team, you hate on every other team. And then at the end, you also saw Dom Dwyer like be Dom Dwyer and just start being an a-hole right away. You know what I mean? Like that's who Dom Dwyer is. Like that's the sort of player I think Jack Price is. Not an a-hole, but he is kind of somebody that gets under your skin. That if you just see him, he has a punchable face. If he's on the other team, but he's a Rapid, so we love him, man. Like he's the ultimate Rapid. Like, and one other thing, with just something I want to touch real quick. Having Keita out, and then Danny Wilson having that injury as well. The Rapids did sign the Jackson Travis, the homegrown, a couple days ago. So I don't know if they kind of felt something was going on with Keita before they released anything, and they just wanted some. They do have Michael Edwards still, which is a great a defender they traded for a couple years back. But it's also like just wanted to mention that real quick. That move was not out of the blue, as some people think. They had an inclination of what might be happening. Mm-hmm. You okay there, Mitch?
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm good. I was just looking at the, I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi or someone's Wi-Fi, but that's okay. We'll get through this. But one thing I did want to say is, and I saw this in the John Lewis press conference after the game, I saw some quotes from Matt Pollard, actually, who was just on the show this week. He was saying that their goal was to get Atlanta turned around and running. And you saw that in the first 30 minutes of this game were break one way, break the other way, break one way, break the other way. And then in the second half, it was just all Colorado break after break after break. And you could see it by the end. They were frustrated. There was yellow card after yellow card on Atlanta. Turned into that red card on Miles Robinson, who did not want to let Rubio get that breakaway there at the end.
Miles Robinson had a horrible game. Miles Robinson was picked on today, dude, and he's a great USMNT player. He's been hyped up as the next defender going across these, and he had a horrid game, man. I saw that and I did not like it was bad, man. And I like Miles Robinson. I think he's a good player, but I love how the Rapids abused him today. I love seeing the guy crumble under the pressure of Diego Rubio and Jonathan Lewis and Michael Barrios, man. It was dope to see.
Real quick, let's get in. Who do we have coming up on DNVR Rapids later this week?
Later this week, we should have Jared from the C38 podcast, fan favorite. We all love him. Great dude. After that, I kind of want to hold it up a little bit. Keep you guys waiting. We do have some really cool guests coming up. We've talked to a few people around. So keep an eye for that. It's going to be a lot of fun these upcoming weeks for sure.
And I still can't say what the cool merch thing is that we have, but it is ordered. It is in production. We're going to have some awesome stuff to drop on you. Maybe, who knows? What can I say? And then make sure you pick up your shirt at DNVR Locker. Make sure you get our press right here down below me on the screen. Great shirt. Grab that in the locker. Subscribe to the YouTube. Hit the thumbs up. Follow us, DNVR Rapids. Follow me. Follow you. I don't know what else to say. We got a winner's lounge.
It's really nice to get a win under the Rapids coverage, man. First one of the year. Technically the second one, but that Comunicaciones one really sucked because they didn't go on, so it doesn't count. But it was really dope, man. It was really dope seeing them. And then Shinyashiki also, just real quick, got his third home opener goal in 4 appearances at the home opener. So you want to go from the Rapids, put in Shinyashiki in the home opener.
Put that in your notes app, or set a reminder next year to bet Shinyashiki anytime goal scorer at the home opener. Make some money on it. That's great, man. Yeah, and to see the Brazilian combo put the goal into at the end, that was pretty cool.
Oh, dude, I'm so hyped for Max Alves. I'm so hyped. Dude, one real quick question. I couldn't get a read on it.
Thank you so much.
How was real quick. How was K out there?
Yeah.
I didn't really get a read on it from watching from home. And I really didn't pay much attention to him, I'm honest. I was way too excited.
Look, the game was all on that left side with Lucas. Like the whole, it was all through Lucas and Lewis with him in the first half, and then honestly, I still think we're kind of waiting on the K breakout. You know what I mean? Like it hasn't come, and I thought maybe it would be this time, and then he got subbed off late, which like is fine. Like they kind of just shelled back, didn't need the creativity up top, so it was fine. But I still think he hasn't had that game, and like he said, he was gassing himself up early in the preseason, and he just hasn't got there yet. He'll get there. We'll see it, but it just hasn't happened yet.
You got to walk the walk, man.
Next week. Absolutely.
Well, the I-70 rivalry, man. Let's go.
He just hasn't had like the moment yet, and he hasn't had like the crazy assist. He hasn't had like what I mean. Like something's gonna happen. He knows how to put himself in the right position. It's just taking a few weeks for him to get into form, I guess. But he was just playing with the national team, so it's tough to say exactly what it is with him. But he just hasn't popped yet, and I think he will. But just we just haven't seen it yet. So
again, man, I was watching from home. There's not a lot I could read for. I did watch him go to the bench and then dig his face into his hands and kind of like be a little upset. Just kind of seeing, but. There's always a different perspective from being at the game than actually watching it from TV.
He just hasn't had a great game yet, and I think
that's what I figured.
I think it's just weighing on him. Like I think he wants to have that game, and he wants so bad because I think he feels a lot of personal responsibility to kind of fuel that offense and kind of create some stuff that you hear from the fans where it's like, how are they going to score? This offense is going to be terrible. They're not a playoff team anymore, and it's like. I think he feels like, okay, I have to do that, and he hasn't really had the chance to. He hasn't really put himself in the right spots. I just think it's coming. Like, one of these games is going to click. Like, that midfield is still in flux. They're still kind of rotating through who's playing with who's playing next to who, and he'll get there. Yeah, I don't know. I think overall it's tough to be mad about that, but that is probably one thing you could take away from the game in terms of negatives. But why focus on that? We got the dub. We got 3 points, baby. 3 points. Winners.
One other dub I want to celebrate real quick. Josh Kroenke was in the building. Do what you want with that information. Matt Pollard tweeting that out. I am hyped. DP9 on its way. Do not care what anybody says.
Let's go. Let's go, baby. That's the game, baby. It's going to be a good summer. I know it was a tough start, man, but this team is good. The defense is good. There's creativity on both sides. It's going to be fun. I think we're in for a good stretch here. I'm excited to stay home. They're probably going to be excited to be home for 2 weeks in a row. You can really settle in, focus on training, be ready for the I-70 matchup this weekend. I don't know. I mean that's all I got. I'm just hyped. I'm just really hyped. I was talking about it the whole way back with Marissa from the game. It was just great, man. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I hope everyone had as much fun as we did. I'm glad people are here watching along with us. Look out for the pod on Wednesday. I don't know what else to say. I'm just hyped. I just got the hype going right now, baby.
There's nothing else to say, man, except for maybe bye and see you guys Wednesday would be the best thing at this point. Peace out, guys.
Let's go. Hit that thumbs up on the way out. Peace.